Hello once again, and welcome to a Drafthouse Diary for Monday, March 18th, 2024, when I came out here to the Alamo Drafthouse at Westminster to see the American Society of Magical Negroes. That's an odd title to even say, and yet I know that there are specific reasons behind that title and behind the specific terms used. It's also a hard movie for me to respond to because, as with other movies like American Fiction and Killers of the Flower Moon, there are other people who are more qualified than I by far to comment on some of the specific things that are addressed in these movies. And yet I do have a response to this as a movie and about a commentary on its substance. So here goes. First off, the reason for the title connects directly to the trope of the magical Negro, a cinematic trope. It's also found in literature, coined or at least popularized by Spike Lee a little over 20 years ago. And he specifically used that even then outdated term, Negro, to make his point. And that is that the trope is of the black character who exists only to serve the white protagonist's storyline in some way. And they have a legend up front of the American Society of Magical Negroes to explain that meaning. Examples of that trope are found in things like The Legend of Bagger Vance and The Green Mile and even Driving Miss Daisy. And there are so many versions of this. And this movie pokes fun at that and makes commentary about that. And it uses that structure, that idea, to comment about very real and very serious things in modern American society. At the same time, it also, in its design, it's kind of poking fun at the whole Hogwarts, you are specially chosen to become part of a magical world. The substance of the movie, though, most of the movie involves a romance, practically a rom-com. And that factors into the first assignment of our young recruit to the American Society of Magical Negroes. And the society exists to specifically keep white people sufficiently comfortable that they are less of a danger to people who are not white. A lot of interesting commentary here, a lot of interesting performances. Justice Smith as our protagonist, Aaron, he delivers a really good performance in which the character changes a great deal, and we see a lot of growth in that character. David Allen Grier, playing his mentor in the society, gives more depth to that character than it might have had. And Anlee Bogan, terrific as the love interest who gets to be more of a character than just existing as the love interest. It felt at times as if this movie was constructed from several different movies, each one of which was extremely well done, but which didn't really come together completely. As far as their social commentary and their commentary about not just the cinematic trope of the magical Negro, but what that reflects about how people of color are expected to live in America, I almost wanted something that was more serious, more incisive, and yet this movie, maybe I'm an old white guy, this movie does not have to satisfy me. Maybe that's the point. So my criticisms need to be taken with that in mind. I enjoyed this movie. I think it is worth watching for some very well-written scenes and some really, really endearing performances. But I can't say that it succeeds overall in what it was trying to do, or at least it didn't satisfy me in what I wanted a movie about these topics with this style to accomplish. Other parts of my trip to the Alamo. The pre-roll was not a customized pre-roll for this movie, and maybe I'm glad it is, because apart from pointing out examples of the magical Negro trope, I'm not sure what a custom pre-roll for this feature would look like. So it was a decent generic pre-roll, had some old claymation cartoons, a lot of musical performances, some vintage animation tests. It had a strange and interesting Russian animated short about an old tired bear having to be convinced to fight the sinister and deadly crocodile. Yeah, interesting social and political allegories going on there, I'm sure. And it ended with a long choreographed disco number which appeared to be filmed at a Russian space museum, and it was set to the disco remix of the Star Wars theme, and it looked like it may have been from the late 70s. So an odd pre-roll, not what I expected to see for this movie, but I'm not sure what I would have expected for this movie. I didn't get any food at this visit. I just had some iced tea. Their iced tea is simple but good. But there are some other notes about food. You know how they occasionally have tie-in menus for specific features? They have a tie-in menu for Dune Part 2, and that features ornithopter wings with a special spicy sauce, spice popcorn, which has butter but also ginger, garlic, and Berber spices, and they have a Fremen desert dip, which is a seasoned hummus dip. I don't know if they have special cocktails, but they do have a special Dune pint glass that you can request and purchase. And it's nice to see them getting back to doing those movie tie-ins. In addition to the Dune menu, they have another set of bonus features. These are printed on the front cover of the menu, as some of the tie-ins or some of the other bonus features are from time to time. They still don't have bonus features printed inside the menu, so these might not last very long. But these are specifically connected to not just the Alamo time capsule screenings, but more specifically 1994. They include a Big Kahuna burger, which is a double bacon Swiss cheeseburger with a teriyaki glaze, and generally it seems to be kind of a Hawaiian burger. A Meat and Meteor pizza, clearly the Dumb and Dumber tie-in, but it's lots of meat on a pizza. They also have popcorn with that shake, which is a combination of popcorn plus your choice of a vanilla or chocolate shake. Somehow that ties into the Little Rascals movie from 1994. I've never seen that, so I have no idea what that connection is. And they have a Bloody Claudia, which is a Bloody Mary cocktail somehow customized for the Interview with a Vampire movie. And also, as with Dune, they have a special pint glass, a 1994 pint glass. None of these necessarily grab me, though I might try that burger at some point, or maybe that version of their Bloody Mary. It does disappoint me that they didn't have something like this for 1999, just because I'm curious as to what they would have done for movies like Ghost Dog or other movies that were part of their 1999 section of the time capsule. And I might have been tempted to get a 1999 pint glass. Either way, it's good to see the Alamo coming back with more bonus features. I do wonder if they're going to continue doing this for other years that they revisit in the time capsule. I'm curious as to what would be on the 1984 time capsule menu. If you've got ideas about what would be on a menu for 1999 or for 1984, let me know in the comments. I'd really be curious about that. The staff, as usual, very welcoming, very friendly, and the Westminster Theater, always very comfortable. The tables are starting to seem a little bit worn. I know they take a lot of use and abuse, but still, a comfortable theater, a fine place to see a movie. So even though I wasn't entirely sure how I felt about the film as I exited the theater, it was once again a fun time at the movies. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Drafthouse Diary. If you did, please click that like button down below. And if you want to make sure you get more of these or just to help other people find them, click subscribe. But most important, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll be back soon with more. And in the meantime, enjoy your movies. And when you do, stay till the end of the credits.